Now, Giddish, you and I have known each other and collaborated for about a decade now, but I'm not sure I've ever asked you, how did you way back in the day first come across PowerPoint, a PowerPoint slide or a deck and think, you know what, I'm going to make a whole career out of this?
It did not happen that way. It was much more okay. So what happened is I started creating decks for some clients, which I was doing other computer work, and I really liked doing what I was doing, and started spending a lot of my time on PowerPoint, and I ran into quite a bit of roadblocks, knowing whom to ask. So I used to go into the news groups. In those days, news groups were, you did not have the graphical user interface that we have today. You actually went into, like, what is a DOS screen, a black screen, stuff over there, and you
And
got
this was,
content there.
sorry to interrupt, this was what year and what were you doing as you were right
At
before you
least,
started doing this?
at least 25 years ago. Okay,
Hmm.
and what I was doing before at that time was working with websites, and I also was running a business of my own, and this is something which essentially started as a hobby, and I
So you were
started enjoying it.
you were building websites professionally in the late 1990s.
Not that wasn't professional as well. Okay, that was also a hobby, and that was
Hmm.
more of having fun. But what I was professionally, I was running the family business, which was a food processing factory, and I was taking care of that. Okay,
Okay.
and I had some spare time, and I loved doing all this stuff. I loved getting a computer, playing around with it, and so things evolved. As I told you, it was very organic, and then started asking questions about PowerPoint to understand how things work. And I found many people were asking questions, and I thought I knew the answers to them, and I would answer those questions for people on the news. Things changed. I'm based in India, and the internet opened up here, and we got access to all stuff, and you know, going and the world became a smaller place. Okay, and then I realized that I was answering the same questions again and again. Okay, so I decided to create this site where I could just go and put detailed answers and techniques for all the stuff I was telling them in the news groups and send them there.